Hey, this is Brooks with Character Design Forge. Took a little break there from making videos after I launched my course Learn Character Design just to catch up with everything. The response to the course has been amazing. The students who have enrolled have been loving it. If you haven't seen it already, head over to learncharacterdesign.com to find out more. Today, I want to talk about 5 things that make for more likable characters. So let's jump right into this. The first thing that I want to talk about is actually something I've brought up before when it comes to making characters likable, and that's flaws. Now, because characters are innately human, and humans are imperfect, then we need to give our characters something that makes them imperfect in some way. Now, this could be usually a personality flaw. That tends to be the strongest way to flaw your characters. It could also be making them different physically or disadvantaged physically. The best way that I can liken this is to a rock climbing wall. Now, think of a wall that's completely smooth and a glossy surface. There's no way that you can scale that. There's no way to climb up. And that's kind of like a perfect character. There isn't really anything there that we can latch onto to feel. But add some flaws and imperfections, that's like those hand grips and footholds on a rock climbing wall. Now we can get somewhere. We understand something about the character because we, as imperfect people, see ourselves in them. More on that point in a minute. The second thing that I want to talk about is honesty versus pandering. And this is very reflective upon you as the artist. Now, within the field of character design, we're not trying to make completely esoteric and abstract characters or artworks. We're trying to create something that has appeal. Oftentimes, though, you'll see a character that crosses this line, though, into pandering. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we appreciate it when characters have a genuine quality to them. It's a lot like people. When a person is putting on a front and pretending to be someone that they aren't, we're sort of repelled by that. So when a character is designed to be super cool or strong or ultra confident, it's very easy for that to be read as pandering. Now, these qualities can still manifest themselves if we're designing from a place of honesty. The difference, though, is that honesty means designing a character from a place, a feeling, an emotion that's true to you, something that you understand. Now, it's easy to pull the wool over children's eyes with these ultra-confident, glossy characters, but in order to be truly good, your character needs to have some depth. This goes back to the old adage of write what you know. You need to be creating characters from a place that you understand, something from your life, a feeling that you have, or perhaps based off of a person that you know really well. No matter if a character is an alien, a robot, a creature, a personified inanimate object, all of these characters are humans, no matter what skin they're wearing. Our third tip, which falls in line with the first, is to show our characters struggle. This may manifest itself as our character being an underdog. We're intrigued by a character that's on a journey. So try and show what obstacles they have, whether they're internal or external. The fourth thing is so important. That's to clarify, exaggerate, and clarify. Make the features of the face bigger. Make it easy to understand their expression. We want your audience to see a character and immediately know who they are and what they are feeling. The fifth tip is to ground your characters in reality. Now, this is something that's really easy to do, and it's a trap that I fall into a lot, where you're creating your characters based off of really obtuse or abstract shapes, or putting them in these really weird or alien settings. Now, the thing is that when you do that, you need to balance that out and ground your characters in reality. You need to create this character with something that the every person, the lay person, can latch onto and understand. This could be a feeling or a common truth or understanding. For example, you could create an alien character, but perhaps he's surrounded by paperwork and they're clutching their head in frustration. Now, instantly, that's a feeling that people understand, and it's something they can even empathize with. People love to do this. They love to draw comparisons to things that they already understand. Now, something that kind of bugs me a lot is a set of words. It's "this reminds me of," and you'll see people doing this with things that it's very obvious what connection they're making or what comparison they're making. Like, you'll have something that's very obviously inspired off of Darth Vader, or even a black dog wearing a Darth Vader mask, and they'll say, "this reminds me of Darth Vader." Now, as the creative person or the artist, we're sitting there saying, well, yes, that was the point. But the person loves to make that connection themselves. Now, people may not be expressing themselves with, this reminds me of, but people are doing that internally. It's one thing for people to simply take in knowledge of things and observe them. But once you've made that personal connection, something that they can understand that reminds them of themselves or something that's important to them, then you've created something that they can care about. Now, as the creative person, we're always trying to express ourselves, so we want to make new, exciting things, ground that hasn't been treaded before, but we need to strike this balance. That's it for me today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Your appreciation, your attention, it really means a lot to me. My course, Learn Character Design, is essential for anyone that is learning or wants to improve their character design. Even if you can't draw, it will get you to a place where you can be confident in your ability and start creating characters that people care about. I'm a little over 80 days through my 100 Days, 100 Characters series. You can see that over on Instagram @BagelDenizen or Instagram.com/BagelDenizen. And I'm looking to see what I can do in the future. Obviously, I will not stop making characters. I'd like to keep up a certain pace after these daily series. And I'm trying to see how to sustain that, how to sustain creating characters, telling stories, and teaching people through these videos and through other channels. So I'm thinking that that may be punctuated by something like Patreon. I would love to hear your thoughts about that. I would love to spend more of my time doing these things. Right now, most of my time is taken up with client work, and so anything that you guys do to support that will help offset it. We'll talk more about that soon. Thank you for watching, and have fun creating.